Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AM Sports here with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. After 9 matches gone in the ongoing Ghana Premier League, Bibiani Gold Stars sits at the summit of the Premier League table with 19 points and yet to suffer a defeat. Well, many people are expecting that their run will continue all the way up to lifting the Ghana Premier League title, just as we witnessed from Samatex, one of the few clubs to have done so after a few years in the top flight. However, head coach of Bibiani Gold Stars, Frimpong Manso, insists that people should not be expectant about the team's success at the end of the Premier League campaign. My colleague Daniel Cranton has more in this report.
After escaping relegation from the top flight by just 3 points last season, Bibiani Gold Stars have enjoyed a flying start to this season's Ghana Premier League campaign. 3 points clear at the top and only 3 goals conceded after 9 games, Frimpong Manso's side are flying high.
Yeah, it tells us that in terms of attacking, we are doing well, and defensively, we are also doing well. So for me, it will urge us to continue to do or improve on what we've been doing. That gives us that result. So for me, I'm happy about that.
A strong home form has historically proven to be a huge factor for top performers in the Ghana League over the years. Gold Stars have so far clocked 13 out of a possible 15 points at home, conceding just once.
That is a very good thing, to be able to win at home. And for now, we will want to continue that win. We have the fans behind us. So for me, I think we will do our best.
Just 9 games into the season, and fans of Bibiani are already beginning to dream about the possibility of this being a title-winning campaign. Forward Charles Kamara Jemfi says the playing body remain focused on the task despite the chatter.
It doesn't add any pressure on us because we know where we are heading towards to, so this is not gonna be anything that's gonna be pressure on we, the players, or the playing body, or the technical team, because we know where we are heading towards to, so it's not adding any pressure on us.
Frimpong Manso is not too bothered about the talk of the title and believes it's a bit too early to start dreaming.
Like I've been saying, that it's early days yet. It's 9 out of 34, and you cannot say, oh, everything is done. No, although we will continue to work harder like we've been doing since day one. So for me, I'm not thinking about the title. What I'm thinking of is our next game.
Maybe it's just in his nature to be modest, but Frimpong Manso isn't reading too much into his Manager of the Month nomination for October either.
No, not at all. No, it's something that for me, it's good to do to be. But I'm not looking at. I'm looking at the overall picture. You know, although that also motivates me or our team, our technical team, that maybe we are on course. But for me, I think that is not the objective now.
Let's go to the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They suffered back-to-back losses against bottom of the table Premier League side Legon Cities and also Heart of Lions, which happened on March 9 at the Obuasi Lankley Sports Stadium. Well, since the beginning of the new Premier League season, Kumasi Asante Kotoko has struggled to score more than 2 goals in each of its matches. My colleague, Victor Chutamaklu, has been explaining what probably the challenge of the Porcupine Warriors might be.
So on Sunday, Kumasi Asante Kotoko lost to Pando Hearts of Lions by 1-0. That result means they've now suffered successive defeats, having lost to Legon Cities by 1-0 in midweek at the University of Ghana Stadium. After the game, Kotoko coach Prosper Nathiogum said he lost because his players were tired. He used the word fatigue. But if you look at the numbers, his explanation may not be consistent with decisions that he himself has been taking, because in the past month, Kotoko have essentially drawn from a pool of 15 players for the 6 matches that they have played in 4 weeks. So if you have registered 33 outfield players and 4 goalkeepers for the league, and yet in the period when the team has played more matches than they've done all season, you're still drawing from a pool of 15, you then do not have the right to turn around and complain about fatigue or the fact that the squad is overstretched. So it is no surprising that the fans have not exactly been excited by that explanation from Prosper Natiogu. Now, one other thing the fans have been talking about or complaining, if you like, is the fact that Kotoko are not scoring goals. Now, this season, Kotoko have played 9 matches. They've scored 8, which is to say that they have played more matches than they have scored goals. Against Legon Cities, they lost. They scored. Albert Yamwa scored in that game. He's one player who has contributed over 50% of the goals that Asante Kotoko has scored. He's actually scored 5 of the 8 goals that the team has scored. If you look at the next goal contributors, 2 other players have scored a goal each. Their individual tallies are exactly the same as own goals. So, in essence, own goals have contributed as much or as many as the next goal contributors for Kotoko after Albert Yamwa, which is not very impressive. And even in the period that Kotoko has scored the most goals, which is the last 5 weeks, it is only because they have played the most matches in that time. And again, they have scored fewer goals than matches that they have played. And so that is something that Prosper Natiogu has got to look at. And beyond even the goals and the fact that there are issues with the squad, the performances have not been exactly great. And at the risk of repeating ourselves, if you clip up anything from the previous games, Basake Holy Stars, Legon Cities, and now Lions, you will see traces of the same less unimpressive performances. And to go 3 consecutive games without a win against some of the worst performing teams, I mean, Holy Stars have not exactly been great this season. Legon Cities, before they played Kotoko, had not won a game all season. Pando Hearts of Lions have not won a game all season on the road, but they turn up against Asante Kotoko and they get the job done. Word for Prosper Natiogu to ponder about.
Prosper Natiogu, take a look at your team and provide the answers to the questions being asked by the supporters of the club. Now, let's bring you highlights of how Legon Cities played Young Apostles at the Legon Sports Stadium on Monday.
There's another one delivered into the channel. Bit of Mr. Blow comes off the woodwork. And it's headed out by Suleimana. Our Young Apostle surviving that scare.
That was brilliant anticipation. They are finding spaces and connecting.
Oh, that was a chance that fell the way off. Legon Cities came off the woodwork. It tells you of his pedigree. But here comes Legon Cities. Albert Yamwa hits it for Kamal. Finds Jesse. Lovely ball. Kamal! And that is stopped there by Masawudu. Joseph Amwa. Here it goes! And that is Legon Cities opener. Dennis Adoma. And Legon Cities, for the 2nd time in a row, have taken the lead. Fabulous strike. 21 years of age. Oh, just look at it. It was floated in from the right-hand side by Joseph Amwa. It wasn't really dealt with by Young Apostles. And the striker just hit. Interesting moment, and the fans really enjoying. Yes, Yaya, lovely run. There's going to be a lot of trouble. Yes, Yaya, could this be a second? Cuts it in, looking for a bit of space. And Yaya has got to Legon City second. Substitute. Did against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And once again, he has lifted his guard. Turns it in. Oh, just look at it. When Suleimana and Masawado definitely does not have the ability to reach it.
Now let's take you to Cape Coast, where the Gusa Games has been launched. It is the 28th edition of the University Sports Games. Well, my colleague, Eric Asante, has details in this report.
16 institutions will participate in the 28th edition of the Gusa Games, which is expected to attract about 4,000 student athletes. The biennial sporting event offers an opportunity for students to showcase and develop their talents. This year's Gusa Games will be held in January because of the December elections. The Games will take place between January 3rd and 18th, 2025. Speaking at the launch of UCC 2024, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, Professor Johnson Nyakubuampom, expressed UCC's readiness to host a successful event.
University sports serve as a powerful tool for promoting unity, discipline, and excellence. The sports are more than just games. They provide breeding ground for future leaders, innovators, and change makers. The skills and values nurtured through sports are teamwork, perseverance, leadership, and resilience, which are needed to drive national development. Our universities have long been the cradle of academic excellence. It is time we also recognize and harness the potential of sports as a catalyst for national development.
Dr. Ibrahim Shaibu Tanku, the president of GUSA, applauded the university's management and the LOC for their preparation to ensure a memorable hosting of GUSA 2024. He urged the University of Cape Coast to ensure alternative training spaces for the Games.
The GUSA Games, scheduled to ignite from January 3rd to January 18th, 2025, promises to bring together a multitude of talents and aspirations. Yet, as we gather here, we must recognize the unique context of this period. It coincides with Ghana's electoral processes, a cornerstone in our national democratic journey. We are aware that this timing may bring unforeseen challenges, especially if a runoff election takes place. To our dedicated organizers, I urge proactive measures. Could we explore flexible training schedules, alternative training spaces, or providing additional support to maintain our athletes' momentum?
The Vice-Chancellor of UCC, the GUSA President, and the LOC Chairperson, Professor Rosemond Boahene, jointly unveiled the official mascot, Ogua Suapon Okorie. Professor Boahene, on her part, emphasized the importance of sports and athletics.
In the coming weeks, our athletes will prepare tirelessly, supported by coaches, mentors, and friends, to represent their universities and personal aspirations. Our community, in turn, will be there to encourage them, cheer them on, and witness the fruits of their hard work and commitment.
The UCC 2024 Games will see athletes participate in games like football, athletics, volleyball, hockey, handball, basketball, among others. For Joy Sports, my name is Eric Asante, UCC.
And Ruben Amorim will be starting his role at Manchester United on November 11. Let's bring you the full fixtures of the UEFA Champions League matches that will be happening later tonight. And also on Wednesday, we'll have PSG come up against Girona, and then Bratislava will come up against Dynamo. Borussia Dortmund will play Sturm Graz, and then Bologna will play Monaco. Celtic will play RB Leipzig. Lille will come up against Juventus. Liverpool will play Bayer Leverkusen. Real Madrid will play AC Milan, and Sporting Lisbon comes up against Manchester City. So these are the fixtures of UEFA Champions League for tonight. For now, we do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com.